I'm Drew Scanlon. I'm exploring the world through the lens of games, and I'm doing it with the support of people like you on Patreon. Help us out at patreon.com/clothmap. Much of our focus in the Mongolia series so far has been on traditional games, as in, not video games. There are a few reasons for that. In this Ulaanbaatar department store, a PlayStation 4 was on sale for 900,000 tugriks, or about $350. Steep when 30% of the country is below the poverty line. Also, for the record,
where do you find batteries for your Game Boy in rural Mongolia?
The store sells those too. Wealthier folks in Mongolia tend to concentrate within the capital. On the outskirts lies the Gur district, an informal collection of housing with sparse utilities. Many of these kids come from the Gur district to attend School 41, which doesn't look like it's changed much since Mongolia was a satellite state of the USSR. Balt is a 75-year-old former soldier who now coaches soccer at the school. As he explains, the kids don't have much else to focus on, so soccer becomes a refuge.
90% of the kids are from Ger district. They don't live in flats. They live in houses with no heater or water supply.
In rural areas, soccer is a relative newcomer.
People tend to ride horse or play archery or ankle bone shooting or wrestling, which is very traditional sports. However, the playing football is a very new thing. And the internet and the social media have influenced this a lot. Because kids could watch it on TV, they could go on the internet and they could have a look at it. And because this sport is very popular throughout the world, Mongolian kids have started to have an interest in it too.
Sure enough, the kids are well aware of the big stars, citing favorite players that even I knew.
Ronaldo. Mongolia likes to celebrate the development of their own country. That's why sport is very important to them. Whether it's the 3 games of men or the football, it definitely shows that Mongolia is developing very well. There's this Mongolian saying that if you're healthy, you're smart.
One man who would agree with the coach is the curator of the International Intellectual Museum, which is basically a giant collection of puzzles.
It's not about games, it's about what you can do using your brain. That's why it's called International Museum of Intellect, not a games museum, for example.
In our museum, we have 10,000 items from all around the world, and we have 15 categories of games that Mongolians have played since ancient times. So, the biggest and first category of game is a puzzle game. And this is the most simple puzzle in our museum. You need to spin, guys. Yes. So you have to fit all these kind of T letters in this box. No, that's not right. No. Maybe I'll show you. And that's all.
Upstairs was a room with over 130 board games, including a chessboard for giants.
And this side shows Mongolian traditional festival Nadam, and these people are real people. For example, the king is Mongolian second president, famous wrestlers there, and the pawns are showing Mongolian tradition.
Mongolians are nomads. They've been nomads for years. And Mongolia has 4 tough seasons. So the games help them to support each other, to make friendship, and to assist the way that they live. It's their way of life.
It's clear our man is big on some games, but what about video games?
The video games doesn't help people to be creative, and it takes you away from the real world and real stuff. Learning a video game is very easy. That's why people are getting addicted to it. However, playing a physical puzzle like this is very difficult. That's why people are running away from it. This is human nature, to get addicted to easy things and to running away from difficult things. That's why he's against people playing video games.
Many, I think, would disagree with the curator, especially those who frequent Ulaanbaatar's many PC cafes. This is one of 9 branches of LOF gaming centers. Cafes provide cheaper access to games, but are coming under increased scrutiny of the Mongolian government. We talked with the owner of this cafe about why this might be.
Most of politicians are kind of old people, so they don't know much about the gaming industry. So in their eyes, they see like a lot of children playing just very violent games. 2 months ago, they wanted to close all the places in here in Mongolia. So there was a lot of protests, and I went to the parliament.
How did that go?
Well, it was okay, but when it went to the police members, there was like no, so it didn't go well. Until 2013, the working hour for gaming center, we should be closed around 8 o'clock, which is very not suitable for a gaming center hour, right? Office workers, they come after work to play here. In Mongolia, clubs closing at 4 a.m., right? So we should be similar to them, because we are still similar to them, like an entertainment center. And then after protest, they did change some law, and the working hour now, it's like we should close around 11 p.m. But I'm still trying to do my best to change their minds. I'm still trying. Now it's changing, I would say, because when I was yesterday in here, there was a mom. She was bringing her 3 sons, and she paid them, and she said, "Okay, I'll check him up around 6 p.m. I'll go around," and they were like so happy. So I thought, wow, there's a lot of moms like that, you know. I'm really glad.
And what are the most common games that people play?
The most favorite one, I would say, the Counter-Strike 1.6.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
Still?
They do still play.
Well, when in Rome. Perhaps the esports should be left to the professionals, some of whom were there that day. We spoke with members of 2 teams that compete in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, an international team called 5 Power, and a Mongolian team called Mongols.
We heard that the Mongolian parliament was upset with PC cafes. Is that an opinion that's common with Mongolian people, or is that only politicians?
Actually, it's common opinion, because if they think like we wasting time, we play PC game and getting no money, but now we're getting money, and I think people's perspective is now different.
TV stations have showed their competitions. They've shown videos of them playing in the competitions. That's definitely helped, and it helped parents to understand that this is actually a sport, and it definitely helped in a way.
It's so hard to be a professional player for Mongolian people. In Mongolia, the internet is so not that good. When we play in online qualifier, our lowest ping is like 60, but Asian teams' highest ping is 50. This is our country's first time showing in esports. We just want to be proud of our country.
I'm really glad for the Mongols team. Because of them, people are trying to understand the gaming industry. They do think, oh, they're not just playing and wasting their time. They're doing something, and they're going worldwide, you know, and we are really proud of them.
Part of the changing of the times involves a growing interest in YouTube. Gremix is one of Mongolia's most popular YouTube creators who specializes in video games.
Even though a lot of people making videos on YouTube, it's difficult to watch each other because of the language barrier. But Mongolia needs people who does what he does in Mongolian, but he is thinking to do subtitles eventually. He is one of the YouTubers from a small country who is doing video in a different language, so he should like to send his greetings.
Do you know of any games that were made in Mongolia?
There are video games that people have developed during their courses at university. However, they're not sold. You cannot buy Mongolian-made game. However, there are many video games developed by foreign developers about Mongolia.
Age of Empires.
There's a game called Age of Empires. It's quite an old game.
Бэлэн байна. Бид ажрын эрхлэгч монголчуудыг Ghost of Tsushima.
And there's a new game called Ghost of Tsushima. It's about a battle between Mongolians and Japanese.
Have you heard of a game called Cradle?
Cradle гэдэг тоглоом сонсож байна. He has heard of it. He watched a blogger playing, but he hasn't played it yet.
I asked what he thought about the comments made by the Intellectual Museum's curator.
It's probably because he hasn't played video games, maybe in his entire life. That's why he doesn't know anything about it. I don't think you should comment on things that you haven't tried. If you play video games here in Mongolia, you would at least improve your English. And you'd learn things. It's similar to watching movies. The holiday is meant to make people happy, and sports also make people happy as well. I think that's why during holidays people like to play sports.
Because games make people happy.
Exactly, games make people happy.
Mongolia doesn't have a lot, but they make it work. Games, it seems, are a priority no matter who you are, what you do, or where you live. Cloth Map is possible only because of our supporters on Patreon. If you liked this video and want to keep seeing more like it, we'd love to have you with us.